We're supposed to get some thunderstorms tonight. I guess we'll see if that happens. Today, I come to you with a work in progress. This is a chapbook I'm working on titled Shake the House, and it's a collection of 20 sonnets. It's a follow-up to my recently published work, Give It a Home, which is another collection of sonnets that you can find on my website, thelizzycoshow.com. So let's dive right in to some of these new poems. Canaan Road. We take the long drive way up Canaan Road, named for rejection of God and his plan. I listen to the rattle of my bones in silver 90s Lumina sedan. The Canaan Road is steep. We climb uphill, interminably, reaching to the sky. A ticker tape parade of farming fields. Milk bottles on the stoop each peaceful night. Wind riffles heads of hay like Bible leaves. Crickets draw bows, they harmonize in time. The cows cuddle with sweet notch-eared kitties. Farmers rise early, long before the light. A surprise tumble down the Canaan Road forces me to relearn all that I know. More time. My dad died early from a heart attack. The nights when I feel acid creeping high are fearful moments, torture on the rack. The question always, is today my time? He exercised, body healthy and brisk. He was active his whole tour on this earth. The early blade of fate slipped through his ribs, and now he rests inside forgiving dirt. He was the one who ran around with me, who threw balls and played goalie and clapped hands with delight when he saw his girl achieve, then hugged me tight when life had other plans. The world deserved more time with my sweet dad. He loved to see others finding their path. Sleepovers. I quit hosting sleepovers for my friends when I was still a small, flat-chested girl. Not because pals did not want to attend, because of how my mother made me hurt by putting on a strange domestic show of softened voice and fun pancake breakfast, when I knew all along that down below was someone who more often uses fists. I stopped having those sleepovers because I couldn't stand the raw hypocrisy, the widened, innocent brown eyes above a toothy grin that I found menacing. Don't act like a nice lady if you're not. May angry parents all go fucking rot. Wine grapes. If you want to raise your young grapes for wine, give them just enough water, not too much. They'll grow up to hate you, don't be surprised. Happiness is for grapes more water-plumped. Your wine grapes will taste quite incredible. They'll bring you praise, bring honor to your name, but those grapes will think you are the devil. Their side of the story will bring you shame. If you tell wine grapes that healthy bodies are for those lesser souls with weaker will, they'll believe you because in you they see a role model, parental needs fulfilled. How you treat your wine grapes is up to you, but know that someday they will tell the truth. Mothering daughters. Some babies are born mothering daughters, caretakers reaching upward in the tree, fruit forced to work as roots from very first. Flowers pressed into service have no needs. An unwrinkled hand might look powerful, but grasp it too hard and you'll feel it crack. Better to reach for wisdom that looks dull, for shine that's worn away like weathered brass. Care ought to flow from old folks to younger, at least when those young folks are little kids. A person can give once they quench their thirst. Before then, well, it just doesn't make sense. Oh, mothering daughters, set down your loads. Take this key, loose your shackles to the code. Bite the dust. Born second in the chain, the double take, from ego, desirous of tiny toes. Such greediness in my parents those days, then anger as they watched their small girl grow. My body was for covering with clothes, for shielding from the hands that sought to touch, for looking good for others, all for show, for shaming, for deeming a little much. Fury from my older brother at me for washing dishes in a white sports bra on a blistering day. He stood shirt free. He ran and told our mother, Mom was law. She sided with him, said to cover up. For them, no amount of shame was enough. Small scoop. Without knowing, I saved somebody's life. I saw a girl get hurt. I scooped her up. I gave her books and one long sharpened knife, agreed with her that her family sucks. I told her not to listen to critics unless she wants a life like critics lead. I shooed away the folks who would insist that her body was only made to breed. We talked about how love should not frighten with threats of absence nor hands that control. No one had ever shared the truth with her about how hurt we get by gender roles. The girl's gonna be fine. I saw to that. She's out gathering feathers for her cap. Little Leaf. What things do you do like gravity does? What's unstoppable coming from your hands? There is a force within you, windy gusts intended to push forward all your plans. What change did you endure just like the leaves, watching your meaning change before your eyes? What happened when you sailed off on the breeze, all yellow, orange, brown in the sunlight? What pile did you end up raked into, dear? Listen to your neighbors rustle and choose, is this the safe place? Will you settle here? Or perhaps is it your time to run loose? One thing to determine, my little leaf. Where does your gravity feel its release? Black dog whistle. Bend over a small white porcelain sink, bowl just large enough for my two cupped hands. Scoop splash the cold water so I can think, so I can focus up to make some plans. The meat inside my bone cage is tender. It's been dry aging for about a year. Sliced it when my dad returned to sender and marinated it with all my tears. I sat still as my flesh dehydrated. I did not think a sudden move so wise, unaware that I had been forsaken, ignorant to the signs before my eyes. The black dog slinks down the dark lane slowly. If you spot him, send him on home to me. Blood on the sidewalk. Men hosing blood from the morning sidewalk outside the classy joint where I tend bar. As I approach, routine punching of clock swims hazy before me. I'm seeing stars. The news says that it happened late last night, around the same time I would have left work. Another gun lays waste to human life. News makes no mention of a person's worth. I had to act like it was all okay. Show nothing, be a gorgeous booze Barbie. Mimosa queen, chirpy bright-eyed brunch babe, bottomless resources to meet your needs. The pressure washer lifted up the blood from wide paving stones in furious flood. Bury me in the library. When I pass on, burn my bones into ash, then mix them into a pearlescent ink. Use it to copy out my best passage, the one that always makes you stop and think. Fill up a book with me, write till I'm gone. Donate it to the library near you. Someday someone in need will come along, and what I have to say will see them through. I want to be old when I become words. I want my bones to witness the whole world. I used to think to live is so absurd, but now I can't see how I was so bored. So stoke the flames and throw some sage in there. Turn me into evidence of my care. Luckiest ancestors. We come from our luckiest ancestors, the ones who did not trip on exposed roots, who thought to put a lock upon the door, as well as a small window to look through. We traveled down long strands of DNA. Hand over hand, feet firm upon the rungs, we clambered G and T and C and A to form the bodies that we would become. We are the studio remix of those who looked both ways before they crossed the street, the cover songs that everybody knows because of how they use the old school beats. A penny on the street catches your eye. The year is 1925. Dilaudid. It feels like never hearing the word no. Like it's the good mother you should have had. It's a warm cabin to hide from driving snow. You inside, heavy blanket on your lap. It's Eve in the garden without her leaf, standing alone before the lush fruit tree. It's Adam giving her a chance to breathe, finding a way to meet his own damn needs. It's unlimited money in the bank, at interest rates we've never seen before. It's doing the right thing and getting thanked. All I could think was, God, I want some more. After that, I understood addiction and why it's a fight some people don't win. Old haunts. How much did it cost to get myself clean? Just a tiny bit. Let's check line items. 10 years of parsing out which parts of me I want to keep, which should flee with the wind. One father, one mother, and one brother, a loose handful of cousins, uncles, aunts. Green Mountain State makes me run for cover. I cannot go to visit my old haunts. As many one-night stands as grains of sand on beaches like the ones found far away from those rocky shores making up my land. Bad self-esteem made me such easy prey. I fed the healing beast. I paid my toll. I'm just glad that I got to keep my soul. Curve. Press bone arch into place. Yes, feet can curve. You could be beautiful if you would try. Your girl body came to this earth to serve, a single-purpose tool, a sharpened knife. A fresh green stem must split itself open to yield the coming leaf that yearns to breathe. It won't resist in tribute to someone who years before gifted their own release. I rode in, stormed the gates, and saved myself, a future version glittering in sun, who came back with ironclad mental health to coalesce the versions still so young. Foot binding does the job it seeks to do. Babe, it doesn't work for me or for you. Young weather. Young weather screams strong opinions to us at high volume and high velocity. It makes quite clear through all its windy gusts which cardinal direction it would lead. Young weather rankles at the sight of hands calmly opening umbrellas in rain, cooling a toasty baby with a fan, marveling at the hail that came again. Acceptance, the water that tempers rage. It comes in piecemeal droplets, torrential, not all at once like if I got my way and what each day contained somehow made sense. Young weather hammers fists against windows. It cannot understand how to hear no. Aster. I outran COVID for almost 5 years, but when I paused to take a water break, she found a way to come close, to draw near, to enter me, to take what's hers to take. I guess I should feel some small gratitude that I got it at this time in this way, not when we had just no clue what to do, when breathing might not come by end of day. Foolish to think I could run my whole life, never prey to human experience. Perhaps this means one day I'll be a wife, which also seems a faint, far-reaching chance. My feet flew, but the virus was faster. The final flower left is the aster. Ordinary eye. My body has softened to middle age. It looks the way my mother's figure did when she would grab her flesh with fists of rage, crash into diet one day, quit the next. I do not hate myself. I learned to love. I touch my skin so softly with great care. When I start feeling lonely not enough, I tell myself I will always be there. This body shape was never a problem. It does not offend ordinary eye. In order to see ugliness in me, peer instead in the dreams I bear each night. My body, such a conduit for joy, my bowl to be filled, my most weathered toy. Fully formed. The lie is that you have to get married in order to become a whole person, a mature adult who signs wills and deeds, respectable, doing what should be done. I did not marry, yet I became real. I grew into a person fully formed, though I was indoctrinated to feel that life begins when your children are born. What to make of a woman unmarried with bank account and credit of her own, who votes and works and networks with a breeze, who feels at ease when she is all alone? There is no tan line on my ring finger, though I'd like a partner who would linger. Thank you so much to everyone for listening. We're up to the last poem of this chapbook. Um, if you enjoyed what you heard today, I do have a fully published, ready to enjoy book for you titled Give It a Home, which is a collection of 100 sonnets I wrote over the course of a very rowdy year. You can find that at thelizzycoshow.com. There's a tab that says Give It a Home, and you can get a hand-shipped, signed copy that includes a cute sticker like you see on my microphone. So lots to be had there. Let's check it out. So I have one more poem for you tonight, and then we'll call it after that. Shake the house. Dissolve sometimes is the only option. Is sex so good for you it shakes the house? If not, I'd really consider leaving. Go find someone who knows what they're about. Resolve to live a life of lush pleasure. A garden widens, root to canopy. The space you need to grow is a treasure. It's good to feel your ribs move as you breathe. Revolve around the fixed point of lover. Sometimes you are the sun, then you're the moon. The marrow has chosen, there's no other. There is only together now and soon. Remember when the housemates, so confused, thought it might be ghosts rattling the roof? So thank you again to everyone who joined to listen to me share some poetry with you. It's a real treat to have you here. If you enjoy listening to the sound of my voice read my poems, have I got news for you? I am almost done recording an audiobook version of Give It a Home for those who are more audio inclined. I feel like its best use cases will be sort of falling asleep at night, soothing you during a panic attack, kind of similar chill experiences. I feel like that's what I'm really going to come in clutch for you. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's going to come out sooner than you could even believe it. So thanks again. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you next time for another episode of Live with Lizzy. Bye.